Greetings, programs. It's time for another 5-minute-ish review. Rare for me these days, but I actually went to the theater to watch 2025's Tron Ares. This follow-up to 2010's Tron Legacy is directed by Joachim Ronin and stars Jared Leto, Greta Lee, and what Tron film would be complete without an appearance by Jeff Bridges. What's missing, though, is Bruce Boxleitner. No Tron to be found in this Tron film. The story picks up 15 years after the events of Legacy. We learn in the opening credit montage that Sam Flynn has stepped down from ENCOM for mysterious reasons, and Julian Dillinger has taken over Dillinger Systems. Eve Kim now heads ENCOM and is racing against Dillinger to discover the Permanence Code, the line of code that would allow digital constructs to exist in the real world indefinitely. We see in a Dillinger Systems demo that things can be brought over from the grid, but they only last 29 minutes before disintegrating. Eve discovers a backup server of Kevin Flynn's in an Alaskan outpost and finds what she believes to be the code. She and her assistant manifest an orange tree in Alaskan wilderness and start the clock. When a tree lasts for hours, breaking the 29-minute limit, it looks like they've won the race and they jet back to ENCOM HQ. Julian Dillinger, who has spies everywhere, learns that Eve has found the code. He sends his new Master Control security program, Ares, after her to retrieve it, but after the first of many chase scenes, she destroys the flash drive. Now, with the only source of the code hidden somewhere in her subconscious, Julian transports Eve to the grid to extract the information at the cost of her life. Ares breaks his programming and saves her, and after another chase, takes her back to the real world. With Ares' clock counting down, he and Eve race to ENCOM, where she believes she can find the code hidden in Flynn's original server. Why this wasn't the first place she looked is never explained. Julian, desperate to come out on top and save his own skin as head of Dillinger Systems, sics Ares' second-in-command Athena on the pair with orders to retrieve the code by any means necessary. Tron Ares isn't a bad film, it's just a bit of a stupid one. At its core, it's a mindless action movie, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I like plenty of mindless action films. Sometimes it's fun to shut the brain off, stop questioning things, and just enjoy the ride. But Ares comes close to being more than that. It wants to be deeper and to ask the same kinds of questions Legacy did. What is life? What is consciousness? Can artificial intelligence live and create on its own? Unfortunately, with a sleepwalking, greasy-haired Jared Leto asking those questions, film falls short of the mark and the attempt hampers it from being anything more than just another action film. Albeit a very good-looking one. Credit where it is due, the film looks amazing, no matter which side of the grid you're on. Ares breaks his programming at the drop of a hat. The only real-world sensations shown to motivate him are so simple that they feel unearned. I'm not saying that feeling rain for the first time wouldn't be magical, but if you're a literal computer program, would that really be enough to change who you are? You could argue he learned about love and life from studying the file on Eve and her life, but we'll go with that. Even so, Ares appears flawed as a program almost from the moment he's introduced. Maybe that's meant to show Julian Dillinger isn't as brilliant as he thinks he is, or maybe it's just the writer's shortcutting development that deserved more time. In a film that's 2 hours long, they could have dropped one chase scene for a little more character work. The film spends more time exploring Eve, her late sister, and her motivation to complete her sister's work than explaining why Ares would even care. Outside of a lack of motivation for Ares and an overabundance of motivation for Eve, the audience is continually subjected to other characters repeatedly reminding us of the plot and the importance of it, and verbally telling us what they're doing even though we had already been told what it is they need to do. This is an issue with any tech-related storyline. 3 people banging away at a keyboard does not make for good cinema, so they have to talk out loud and tell us that they're looking for a back door or they're trying to find the algorithm to techno-babble to techno-technology. And, of course, all of it ends with some variation of, I'm in. Congrats, I won out. In the end, I'd call this a solid 5 out of 10 film. It isn't good, but it isn't bad. You turn off your brain, you don't think too hard, and enjoy the ride. Much like Legacy, though, I can't see myself returning to this one by choice. I might revisit the soundtrack, though. Dropping the beats of Daft Punk and going for a score by Nine Inch Nails was an improvement in my opinion. The repetitious thrumming of Legacy left me with more of a headache than a tired foot from toe tapping. This film's score, along with some additional music by the likes of Black Sabbath and Depeche Mode, was much more enjoyable for me. Whether the Tron universe has a future remains to be seen, but this film leaves the door open with a post-credit scene that does more to connect to Legacy than anything that happens in the actual movie. Well, feel free to send me an email letting me know what you thought of Tron Ares, or comment on any of the social media posts, or come by and join our Discord server. Thanks for listening. End of line.